dream broke, but it's clear now. No handouts, had to get down. Now what they fear now. No money millionaire, we here now. Got scars, but I wear that crown. Turn pain to a real account. No money, no excuses, no limits.
Hello, welcome to the No Money Millionaire Podcast. I'm Dave Webb, your No Money Millionaire, and today my guest proves that energy, not money, is the real point of wealth. Dr. Jacopo Iasiello, CEO of Luxury Wealth Group, PhD in Business Management, gemologist, investor, and creator of the M.P.B.E method. Meditate, morning, pray, biohacking, exercise. Jacopo, good to have you, brother.
David, thank you to invite me, and I will love to share with you something important. I believe in the money is part of happiness. What this means is this one, I believe in the way where now, after I achieve what I want in my life, where I create my cash flow every month with 6 figures, where I do more than 400 flipping, where I invest like GPL in LP in multifamily space, I believe after I go through a lot of up and down, build a multimillionaire company, lose, be stole from partner 50 million company, I understand that the happiness and the wealth is coming from inside with clear method. And for this reason, now I am really deeply in the way how people, they really generate three words, health, rich and happy, is becoming first of all from the inside to create energy, to create strategy to the energy, and after go to what they want. And finally, I want to share with you something. After be friend with, deeply friend with 2 billionaires and starting 3 friendship with 3 billionaires through Forbes Italy, because I have an editorial in Forbes called American Now, where I interview billionaire and multimillionaire. Now I really understand why people, they achieve unique success, they have this success. Because in one way or in another way, they do something where their mind and their body, they go in the flow. Some of them, they are recognize this path and they utilize every day. Other one, they are unconscious, but they go through this process through the mind, through some kind of exercise, breathing, and they achieve, unique opportunity in the world. And I believe now to go inside with clear method and after achieve the external part,
I agree with you completely. I just recently did a post and I was talking about, I have somebody that's around me that I'm trying to coach and help, but they believe everything happens to them outside. Everything's outwardly. And I'm trying to teach them, in my view, in my life, everything comes from within. It all starts and begins within. So I understand you completely, and I follow it. I follow it to my core. Energy and that's a big shift in my life as well. So, So with that said, let's take it back to the early days. So Naples, give me a quick picture. What was growing up there like? How did a kid from Italy get hooked on business books at the age of 11?
Yeah, it's really, story from really a young boy wanna improve his life, improve his connection, becoming the better version of himself. What it means, at a really young age, I have this desire to understand better how people achieve unique success, and I started to read book about business people, about people they have a better quality of life, for people they touch other human being, to other kind like spiritual people, and from over there I understand I have different mindset, different idea I grew up in a loving family, two beautiful parents, mother and father, and grandfather and grandmother. But really hard environment means everything around me is really tough. And I started to do a lot what they do a lot of young people in my city, Napoli, to try to becoming professional soccer because I am love and starting to leave my house from 7 years old to 18 years old. I think about all my life, no women, nothing around me, no drink, no drug, nothing, only the soccer. And I leave my house at 14 years old to becoming a professional soccer. At 18 years old, I have a big injury, change my shift on my life completely in the good way. Now I think about, and this big injury changed my direction where I need to reinvent myself. And at 18 years old, speak really clear with my family. They want normal path of life, becoming doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever, something easily. And I tell them the win-win is what I want in my life. I will give what you want, guys, means I take my PhD, but now my PhD is something important, but I need to start to do business. Take money from government in Italy, 100K, open my shop in the jewelry space in Napoli, close after 6 months because I do make the big mistake, location, I put in the wrong position the shop. And after I asked to my father 8,000 euro, I remember like yesterday, because I'm telling him, hey, I know this business will work. I know I study on top, on the bottom, everything about this business. Lend me this money. He helped me in everything, physically, with hand, paint, everything. From over there, I opened more than 20 shops. This company, Multimillionaire, open another company in the same space with $15 million in revenue. Lose this company because my partner stole from me this company. And 22 years old, starting my real estate experience in Italy in the auction. Yeah. And 2011, moving in Florida. The first 4 years going back. And after, more time over here, less time in Italy, 1 month in Dubai,
Yeah. Yeah. So at 22, you journeyed into real estate. What led you in that direction? What took you from the gemologist, jewelry, and led you actually now into real estate? Why?
The why is really important in life. My why in real estate is because I understand through real estate you possible achieve unique success with less effort. And I want to share and explain better what this means. Think about I becoming multimillionaire at 28 years old, becoming wealthy from zero, or less than zero, because at one point of my life I've been under 100K in my bank account, and through business. But when I started to read the first book, opened my mind, the book of Robert Kiyosaki in Italy, the Poor Dad, Rich Dad, everything changed. I do one course. I believe in study. I believe in study and be coach for other people. And I do one course in Italy at 22 years old. I spend 1,568 euro. I remember like yesterday, because many years ago it's value around $5,000 right now. And I take this information and apply. After 3 months, I make my first deal in the auction, 34,000 euro. Means more the medium people in Italy make 20,000, at that time 18,000, 20,000 euro. I make more in one deal only, and I understand the power of real estate. And now, if I am an entrepreneur, a business person, means I invest in some different area of my sphere of knowledge is real estate. I believe 1,000% real estate is the better way, the only way to starting from zero in United States and becoming wealthy,
I can relate with you. Reading was a big part of my life too. Robert Kiyosaki, and if you listen to Kiyosaki today, one of his good friends that he mentions all the time is Ken McElroy. Yeah. And Ken McElroy was a big factor in my life. I read everything, but I started a little later than you. I can't say I started at 22. I had a much harder road. Just my own obstacles I threw in my life, and so yeah, I can relate with you greatly. And Kiyosaki's been a big factor to me as well, and also his good friend. But so yeah, I like that. Your simple fundamentals. So for someone who's listening, starting broke but hungry, what's one deal type or mindset you tell them to focus?
Don't focus and don't see in the position where you are. If you are broke, you are people around you broke, go out with your mind, create fantasy in your mind where you are not where you are at that moment, and starting to read, see. Now you have YouTube University, different kind of thing, where you possible apply and see other human being, how they really achieve big success. But, coming from loving family, never missing a food on my table, my father gave me everything, but I grew up in, particular environment. Means I have a billionaire friend, but I have two friends that go in jail. They are addictive to drug or other kind of thing. And when you are in this kind of environment, you need to be mindset protect. And what this means, if you don't have the possibility to meet better human being because in the sphere of your life you don't have, you need to find through the book and now through video other kind of experience. But if you have focus to becoming the better version of your life, never is impossible. Last one I want to share with you. Yesterday I've been invited over here in Miami in one yacht of one person I don't know, because he do raising capital for his big company, And I started to chatting, to networking with other people in this boat, and I understand, hey, these people, they are really smart. And I started to feel the imposter syndrome, wow, why am I over here? This guy have like a billionaire. This other guy have like, I don't know, almost billionaire, whatever. And I realized after when I come back with the taxi to my house in Miami, where I am in the good place, because if I've been in the place where people, they see me like a hero, means I will be not in the good room. Means I am angry, not anymore, but I have the power inside me to learn more, not for money, because I believe in money. Money is something where you possible share with a lot of people, give beautiful experience for family, create association, create something beautiful. And I believe money is so important, but need to go coming from the inside part,
That's why I think that when I was reading your bio, that's why I related with you. I'm from the inner city of Detroit. I come from a very poor area, and I'm trying to help a lot of people that are stuck with that mindset that they're strapped down by being poor. And like I said, it was a little later in my life that I finally made the switch, but sometimes it's a difficult switch. If you don't have the inspiration around you, you don't have, much to focus on. It's sometimes it's difficult. And that's what I find, my podcast, my audience, I call myself the No Money Millionaire. I teach people how to buy real estate without having to have capital, doing creative structures, bring in partners, really start looking at what you can put together. I call myself a project manager. Really, I find the deal, I find the people, I put it all together. And so I'm teaching people that this is all doable. And that's why I relate, with your story. And I'm glad you're here on, talking to my guests today. And so let's go. So, you've said it a couple times now. You have some billionaire friends. You've been around some serious people, Robert Kiyosaki. I read that with Tony Robbins. How'd you even get in those rooms? How'd you find yourself on this yacht with these people, just recently?
Yeah, and really easy. Like now is more easy for me. But when I starting, it's not really easy. And I explain why. Because nobody won't be in their room with me if you don't have something to add value to their life. This mindset changed completely my perspective. And I will explain better. What I see now in my path of my life, I see a lot of Jacopo, young or older, they coming and they ask me a lot of favor. Hey, you possible referral, you possible give me. The one thing I learned from these people, when you sit in this kind of room, you need add value to them. Now, how I arrived to connect yesterday, for example, in this case, in this boat, because, I now normally starting to connect from many years ago with wealthy human being. How? For example, when I don't have the money, I be creative in connect with these people. When I take my PhD in Italy for, business management, I do something unique, I think, at that age, like the podcast, how they do the podcast now. I interview the most profitable entrepreneur in Italy, okay? And through the university. And I tell my teacher, hey, I want to interview these people because I want to understand the mindset of these people. From over there, some of them, one in particular, becoming my best friend, billionaire, owner of the Forbes. How connection open other door. And consequently, when they see value in yourself, like first of all, like human being, and after with your capacity to create add the value economically and like human being, everything becoming easily. And if somebody don't have money, don't have experience, started to create your experience, started to learn, and after try to think about, hey, how I possible add the value to David, how I possible add the value to Jacopo to connect with him, and don't ask immediately for something, because if you ask for something to people they have more than you, automatically you will see a block, closed door, because they understand that you want something to them. Create, first of all, something to add the value. It's possible be two kind of relationship we have in life: friendship relationship or business relationship. Now you decide, but you need to add value in this kind of two things. If you add the value in these two things and you are clear with them, everything will be open immediately. But you need to put effort and working on,
Yes. It's important, like you said, to surround yourself, with people that you're trying to, get to where they are, or you can respect, what they've achieved. I just read something the other day. I was online and it was a small saying. It said, if your circle of friends don't inspire you, they're not your circle, they're your cage. And so that was, that hit home, because I've had to do the same thing. I had to get myself in better rooms. I had to, get away from the negativity and start putting myself around people that, I respect and I want to get to where they're at. So when you are around that level of success, what's the biggest shift that you notice in how they think compared to the average investor or the average person?
Beautiful question. Yesterday I realized something, I've been with this guy in this boat, and I starting to pick his mind. But honestly, I asked him with the permission, hey, may I ask some kind of question? And I started to realize how different is my mind in this moment to his mind. What this means, medium or small investor, it depends now what this means for you, medium or small investor, based on money. For me, it means somebody have like something, around, $50 million and under. Is people, they have this kind the mentality where they are focused in deal setting, small thing, and after they stop their capacity to collect or have money, their capacity to go at the next level in real estate stop. Because how in real estate, if you are single investor, you arrive at one moment where you don't have any kind the more money. You need to start to utilize other people's money. These people, too, if they have $2.7 billion in asset, they continue to raise capital. Now, when I ask the question to them, I realize something, the only way in life to becoming the better version in business for yourself is to never finish the capacity to flow and generate money from other people. Because if you stop your money finish, you have all your asset in one place, and I know you possible refinancing, you possible cash out, you possible collateral, whatever, but at one point automatically you will reach the cap. You need generate and create other money through connection. And think about when I pick the mind of this person, I ask one I think so not really smart question. Okay, yes, beautiful what you tell me, blah blah blah, but why you raise the 35% of the investment in the commercial space? How you need 35% to buy a building, and the difference they put the money in the bank if you have the credential and everything, whatever. He told me, yes, because like this, I have more possibility to create more asset with other people money, continue the flow, because my goal is this. Wow. This is one example how people change. I possible give you other one. I interview becoming friend with Naveen Jain. If you check online, he's an Indian tech billionaire. He create, in the 90s, a tech company, and now he create a beautiful company. I utilize Biomeo for integrate my body and everything and my mind with some supplement. And every day he ask some question to himself. And he told me, every day I ask how through my business I possibly impact million people, and how through my business I possible add the value to billion people. And he told me, if you receive certain amount dollar from each one of billion people, you will becoming a billionaire. And looks easily, looks complicated, but with how he explained is not the same way. He have better capacity to explain this. Is really touch my mind. The minds of this billionaire, they are really outside the box. This is the question. Outside the box. Really, it means like they don't think about like. Different of them, they have ADHD, means like they are really go around and they need to do the thing. I have this kind of characteristic. But, they are outside the box, outside the box, they think different, they act different, they think different. Two, if they don't have or they don't already realize what they want.
It was nice you touched on a couple things of my own core. It's nice to hear the billionaires are still doing the no money method, and that's how it came to me. Really, I wanted a property. I had taken my time and built up my the money that I had to get my first property, but then I saw another one, and I thought, well, it just took me so long to raise this money to get this first one. I can't wait that long again. So I had to learn to reach out, bring in capital, so that way I could get more properties. And that's how the whole no money method even began, because it was that moment I learned at some point you're going to exceed your capital and you're going to want to grow more, so it's nice to hear that you brought that right back to the No Money Millionaire method. So I like that. So it's let's see. Let's talk about the thing that I mentioned in the beginning. Let's talk about the M.P.B.E. method. Break that down for me.
Yeah, the M.P.B.E. method is a method arrived in my life during my 41 years old. What this means, I already have something inside my body and inside my mind where I understand really clear sport, exercise is something where give you the energy to boast, to have the possibility to go after what you want, but missing some part during my life. And I received this part when my down moment I arrived in my life around 28 years old, when I started to lose revenue in my business in the jewelry space. My partner, I told you, took my creation personally, and I started to feel empty, because what's happening at that time, I have already generated from where I coming from, enough money to live comfortable, but I feel empty. I don't understand why. And if I see in the back, I see, hey, I coming from this situation, this, loving family, everything, my environment really different. I need to be happy, but I don't be happy at that time. And my friend, he have this energy, and I ask, like how I love every time to ask, hey, why you have this energy? What you do something illegal? No, he told me, no, I utilize meditation transcendental. And from over there, I started to meditate. One part of my method is morning and meditate. I wake up really early in the morning because I know how it's working in my mind, my body, and everything. I working perfectly from 4:35 p.m. up to p.m. After, my body and my mind is almost shut down. I'm becoming tired. I don't have creativity, and I utilize this part. And after the pray, I connect with the divine every day in the morning, because I believe in the divine, I believe in God, I believe in the something more powerful of me, where give me clear direction where I need to go in my life. And biohacking and exercise, the other two pillars. Biohacking is a movement created from Dave Asprey. I interview him, and he is my one of people I connect and I have relationship where through some kind of device, some kind the utilize of your body, you have the possibility to improve yourself. And I utilize different kind of device, cold shower. I utilize integration for my body and my mind. And after the last pillar is exercise. Do specific exercise for your age, for your body, for your physical type. But everything I explain inside the book, and plus I have the real estate part inside the book, is back to study, not from me, but study from university, what I do and because I am a pragmatic investor, I apply myself, utilize, see I feel better, go after with clarity to what I want in my life. And I started to study where it coming from this thing. And I studied from university and I put inside the book. And the same I do in the other part of the book where I explain how real estate is so important and which kind of technique I utilize every day to moving one step to my better goal, a better version of myself. In real estate will be something where I create unique real estate environment where people they will live in the property, they are not only have a roof on top, but a place where they live with energy and with AI, with red light, with a lot of things generate and create energy, because energy is coming from your mind, your body, but to the environment you have around you, you know?
I do. I'm a firm believer in energy. So, it sounds like you built wealth from the inside out.
Now, before, no. Now.
InvestorFi, the #1 lending source for first-time and early-stage investors. Just learned how to find your first deal? Let's get it funded. InvestorFi, the only No Money Millionaire certified lender. Find us at InvestorFi Lending or visit our website at investorfilending.com. InvestorFi, turning new investors into trained professionals. What are you waiting for? Schedule your free review today.
Okay, but most people chase money first. So explain how, why start with energy?
Because what's happening is like how happening in my life. Everybody, if we coming from a normal family, or in some case poor family, we see people they have money like they have something other people they don't have, and we want to achieve this status. But in reality, through your journey where you achieve this status, you go through a lot of pain, and if you don't have the support of energy or create your energy through a clear method, and I call you have two options: the good routine or the bad routine. If you choose good routine, you will achieve everything you want. Bad routine, you will go down under the land. And for this reason, everybody they go to the money first of all, and after when they achieve, they realize, okay, now I have this, I have that, I have the other thing, I possible travel the world, live in front of the water, whatever is the case. And after, they feel empty. Now, if I need to tell to Jacopo of 18 years old, where he go through a lot of pain emotionally, I tell him, hey, build every day something to generate energy, and after, go through your goal and business. Because if you are not mentally stabilized and body connect, you will go through a lot of pain. You will achieve result, but probably finally your result don't give you the happiness you want,
I do. And like I told you, I got a later start than you did, because coming out of Detroit, and it was very poor. I just wanted money. I just wanted to chase money, and and you don't accumulate it that way. At least it didn't in my life. And there was a book. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's something I found. It's from like the early 1900s. Mm-hmm. It's from an author called Wallace Wattles. It's The Science of Getting Rich. And it was life changing to me. It really focused on creation, attracting, creating from everything from within inside. And, once I started on that path, it really made a difference to me. And I started accumulating, I started attracting what it really is in my life that I wanted, But before that, my struggles, I was always just focused on the money, just trying to have money. Didn't really know why or for what purpose, or just to have. But yeah, it was after I learned to create and attract that it all really changed for me. So, you have a section called Forget the Goal. Mm-hmm. I like that. Feels almost rebellious, but explain exactly, what does that mean?
Means something like, the other day I see one Instagram reel from one person, and he told, starting with the why every day. Okay. And he arrived to ask every day the why. Why you want money? Okay, I want money because I want better Porsche, better car, better life. Why you want car? You want a better house? And you will arrive at one point where you continue to ask the why you want that, where in reality, if you don't clarify the part about the really why, the goal don't means nothing. And I explain better. A lot of people, they go to seminar or they listening somebody or something, and this somebody or something, like the big guru, where I believe in this guru, they told you, hey, set up your goal, starting your goal. But when you starting your goal, you don't have clarity with your why, will be really complicated to achieve what you want. Because think about something. If you and me, I am the classic Napolitan Italian guy. I love my family really deeply. My mother, my father, my nephew. And if somebody that will put the gun in the face of my family, I will do everything. Now, my why now to moving forward is my life is so heavy and deeply to every day to, if I technically possible, reduce the stress in my life, reduce depression in my life. I want. Not because I want the money, because I know through my action and my word, I possibly impact more people's life. And because where I coming from, where I grow up, I try to ask at the value to with my possibility at that time. And a lot of people, they block me and they told me, hey, fuck you. Now I have two options. Or I'm becoming like them, or I'm becoming a better version to impact more people, tell other people, hey, you know what? If you want to becoming multimillionaire, billionaire, whatever is your dream, you have the possibility. You need to identify your why. You need to create, add the value and working on your goal. But the sequence is different. Not create your goal, ask your why, and after you will go to your goal and clarify where is really deeply inside you and where you wanna go, with more possibility to achieve your really goal.
I do definitely. I told you, I really didn't know why I wanted money. I just knew I wanted it, coming from none of it. I just knew I wanted it, and focused on cars and focused on the material items. But once I read everything I could, the science of getting rich was huge to me. It was really impactful to me, and everything changes at that point. I'm trying to create something. I'm trying to, offer more. I'm trying to really, have some more substance. And then, when you're offering, it's going to attract. And that was a big shift for me. So, it really makes sense. But when you operate from overflow instead of burnout, the goals hit different. So, let's talk about your book. Healthy, Rich, and Happy. Is it coming out soon?
It's already come out. It's a bestseller in Amazon and have a lot of review from different people. It's something is coming from a contribution, and I want to share with you and your audience what it means for me contribution. You have 4 pillars in your life, 4 ways to generate this reward. First of all, research. Second of all, grow in the research you do. Third of all, do action. And the 4 is contribution. Now, what it means for me and why I wrote this book is because I believe in share what I receive. And because I receive a lot of life, from the divine, a lot of good thing, a lot of pain, a lot of different kind of thing. Now I want people, they understand like life is a process of this reward, and everybody, they possible becoming healthy, rich and happy. Healthy, rich and happy is status of mind, is creation starting from clear method you have in your life. Conscious or unconscious. It's better you are conscious of what you do because you apply every day. And the book is a mix, means, the first part explain how it's important to have a good routine, clear method to generate energy. The second part go in the aspect of pragmatic real estate, how really buy property, which kind of technique I utilize, which kind of strategy I utilize, and which kind the possibility you have through the real estate. But the most important part of it related to the book is all the money I receive from this book is not for me, but I will donate to an association called Hermano de la Calle over here in Miami, where I already give some my property with less price of the rent because they help homeless people to have another time dignity. And you possible understand, because I understand from your word how it is important for you to the social part. But when I go and I meet these people in this house, in this different house, I feel so better because I understand real estate is possible be not only where you make money, but where you generate light for other human beings,
Definitely. I like that. And so it's rare, most people keep their profits, so why the focus on, let's talk about more about the kids and the elderly and the homeless, like you mentioned, why do that?
Because I am really love for 3 categories of human beings. One, they are the people, the baby or young people. They wanna learn because they represent myself when I have that age, and in particular, young generation, they want to learn because they want to improve their life. I love it, this kind of the young people. The elderly is so important because I grew up with my grandfather and my grandmother, and I know how is important these people in our life. And unfortunately, society in United States, like now in Europe too, they don't appreciate them and they don't utilize them correctly. And homeless people is because when you go homeless, you achieve your bottom part of your life. And when you becoming homeless, you have the only one way. Or you jumping in and you go, from 0 to 10 or whatever. And if you don't give hand to people that are in the floor, you are like the worst human being in life. And I believe when you generate money through whatever you do, you have an obligation to share with more people as possible.
I do. I understand completely. And that's a big thing for myself. That's, a couple things you touched on. One time one of my stories that I tell is I visited somebody who's on, retirement. They're on a fixed income, and I go over their house and I see that, they have candle lights going. It's in the evening. They have candle lights going. And I was like, well, why? What's going on? And they're like, well, if my utilities are too high, then I can't afford food. Mm-hmm. And the same person I saw was, in a blanket one time. It was in the winter. They were keeping their heat down so that their bills wouldn't be too high, and they could, spend it on food. So one of the things that I try to help and talk to people is, you want to be able to try to generate wealth so that you can help people. And, that's why I try to teach them myself. So I really can relate with what your mission, and I commend you for it. I think it's great. So before we go, you want to tell people, how to find you, how to get your book, anything you'd like to, tell us, just please take the moment and let us know.
Yeah, David, first of all, I ask to your audience to buy this book, not for me, but for themselves. If they are committed to learn something, I believe this book, and no, I believe only myself, but other people, they leave a review, three my friends, they put their face, they are no normal human being, means in the business part. And I believe this book gives you the possibility to see these three aspects, healthy, rich, and happy, in the way how you connect internal and external part, really important. And the other part I wanna leave your audience, never somebody or some situation stop you to your dream. Wherever age you have, wherever situation you have the possibility, in particular in this amazing, beautiful country full of opportunity called United States, to shift the direction of your life. And I believe with all my heart, and I hope so, all your dream, all your what you want is realized. And when you becoming light, realize what you want, share and give back to other people. That's it.
That's solid. And one of my slogans is no money, no excuses, no limits. So thank you for bringing real value. For everyone listening, grab Healthy, Rich, and Happy. I think it's at healthyrichandhappy.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, and they possible find too in Amazon, really easy, where they possible go over there and they will find the book. But they possible find or to healthyrichandhappy.com or to the Amazon.
And well, thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for coming here today and enlightening us. And I commend you on your mission and your work. Thank you very much.
You are super welcome, David. I appreciate really your word and everything.
Appreciate it. Thank you.